If you walk into a modern car dealership today, you're not buying a car. You're stepping into a system designed to extract money from you at every possible stage. Everything you see inside that showroom, the bright lights, the polished floors, the smiling salespeople, the easy monthly payment plans, it is all engineered to make one thing happen. You commit, not just to a car, but to years of financial pressure. The average new car today is pushing close to $50,000. And most people are not paying that up front. They are being locked into long-term loans. 6 years, 7 years, sometimes even longer. And the interest rates attached to these loans, they are no longer small. They are starting to look like credit card rates. Which means by the time you finish paying for that vehicle, you have paid far more than what it was worth. But even that is not the worst part. The real problem is what you are actually getting in return. Because what you think you are buying is not what you are actually receiving. You think you are buying a durable machine, a reliable asset, something that will serve you for years. But in reality, you are buying something completely different. You are buying a rapidly depreciating piece of technology, something that loses value the moment you drive it out of the dealership. Something that is filled with fragile electronics, complex systems, and hidden dependencies. And most importantly, something that is not truly under your control. Modern cars are no longer just vehicles. They are computers. And like all computers, they age quickly. They become outdated. They slow down. They fail. And when they fail, they are not easy to fix. This is where the financial trap becomes clear. Because the entire system is designed in a way where repair is no longer simple. It is expensive. It is complicated. And in many cases, it is not even encouraged. Instead of fixing small components, you are forced to replace entire systems, which turns minor issues into major expenses. And all of this happens right after one CR. Now let's go deeper into the design of modern cars. Because this is where the illusion becomes clear. On the surface, everything looks advanced. Clean interiors, minimalist dashboards, large glowing screens. It feels futuristic. But that feeling is carefully engineered. Because what you are seeing as innovation is often just cost-cutting in disguise. Start with the dashboard. In older cars, you had physical controls, real buttons, solid knobs, dedicated switches. Each function had its own mechanism. If something broke, you fixed that one part. Simple, cheap, fast. But now, everything has been merged into a single touchscreen. One panel, one system, one point of failure. This is not an upgrade. This is consolidation. Because from a manufacturing perspective, it is far cheaper to install one screen than to build and wire dozens of individual components. Less material, less labor, less complexity during assembly, which means higher profit margins. But that cost saving does not benefit you. It shifts the burden onto you. Because when everything depends on one system, that system becomes critical. Your climate control, your navigation, your audio, your vehicle settings, all locked behind a digital interface. And digital systems do not fail like mechanical ones. They fail completely. A physical knob wears out slowly. It gives you warning. A digital system works perfectly. Until it suddenly doesn't. And when it stops, you lose everything connected to it. Imagine driving in winter, and your screen goes black. No heat. No defrost. No visibility. Or in summer, no air conditioning. No control. This is not just inconvenience. This can make the car unsafe to drive. But the real problem begins when you try to fix it. Because you are not allowed to repair these systems easily. They are sealed, integrated, and often locked by software. Independent mechanics struggle to access them. And even if they can, replacement parts are expensive. Dealerships rarely repair at component level. They replace entire modules, which means a simple failure turns into AM. Now we move to the part most drivers never see. Because it does not make noise. It does not flash warnings. It does not break suddenly. It just runs quietly in the background. Every time you start your car. Modern vehicles are no longer just machines. They are connected devices, equipped with sensors, software, and built-in communication systems. Your car is always collecting information. How fast you accelerate. How hard you brake. How sharply you turn. How long you drive. Where you go. Every trip. Every movement. Every habit. Recorded. This system is called telematics. And it is now standard in almost every modern vehicle. Manufacturers present it as a feature. Something that improves safety, navigation, and convenience. But that is only part of the story. Because the same system that helps you can also monitor you. And more importantly, it can share that information. Most drivers believe their data stays inside the car. It does not. That data is transmitted, stored, processed, and in many cases, sold. This is where things start to change. Because your driving behavior is no longer private. It becomes a product. Something that can be analyzed, packaged, and transferred to third-party companies. These companies specialize in collecting and organizing data. And one of their biggest customers is the insurance industry. This creates a new kind of risk. One that did not exist before. Your insurance is no longer based only on accidents. It can now be influenced by behavior. How you drive. When you drive. Where you drive. Suddenly. Small actions matter. Braking too hard. Accelerating too fast. Driving late at night. These patterns can be interpreted as risk. Even if you have never been in an accident. And once that data is linked to your profile, it can affect your premiums. People have reported sudden increases. Without any clear reason. No crash. No claim. Just higher costs. Because somewhere, their driving behavior was evaluated and judged by a system they never agreed to directly. This changes the relationship between driver and vehicle. Now let's talk about what's under the hood. Because even if you ignore the screens, the software, and the surveillance, you still depend on the core machine, the engine, and the transmission. This is where reliability used to matter the most. Older vehicles were built with one main goal: durability. Engines were larger, less stressed, and designed to run for hundreds of thousands of miles. Transmissions used solid gears, simple hydraulics, and proven systems. They were not perfect, but they were predictable, reparable, and long-lasting. Modern vehicles follow a different philosophy: efficiency over durability. To meet strict fuel economy standards, manufacturers have downsized engines. Smaller engines, fewer cylinders, higher pressure, tiny turbocharged units, doing the work of much larger engines. On paper, this looks impressive. Better fuel economy, lower emissions, more power from less displacement. But in reality, this creates stress. Extreme internal pressure, higher temperatures, more complex systems. These engines are constantly operating near their limits. And when something is pushed to its limit, it wears out faster. Components like head gaskets, turbochargers, cooling systems, they face more strain than ever before, which increases the chances of failure. And when these parts fail, repairs are not cheap. Because modern engines are tightly packed, complex, and difficult to access. Labor costs increase, parts costs increase, and sometimes, repair is not even practical. Replacement becomes the only option. Now look at the transmission. This is another major shift. Many modern cars use CVT transmissions, continuously variable systems, instead of fixed gears. They rely on belts and pulleys, constantly adjusting, constantly under friction. This design improves fuel efficiency, but it sacrifices durability. Over time, the internal components wear down, metal surfaces grind, heat builds up, performance drops, and when a CVT fails, it usually cannot be repaired easily. It is replaced, which means another large expense, thousands of dollars.